Greetings. Greetings and salutations to Vikings. Welcome to Sandwalkers. Big thanks to Goblin Studios for giving me a key before release. As you will see this video, the game is coming out the same time the video comes out. You'll get a link towards the early access title on Steam in the description down below. Check it out, have a look at it, and hop with me into exploring Sandwalkers. Sandwalkers is a roguelike turn-based exploration game where you have to build your team, traverse all kinds of hostile environments, and face off countless of dangers. I have not played it before, so we gotta hop into this raw together and explore it together for the next kind of like hour, give or take. So this will be a test play on Sandwalkers. Let's hop on right into it and see what the fuss is about. Let's start a new run. Oh, I like this little beetle pushing the ball as the loading screen.
As one macabre proverb says, for newborns, the sun has always existed. They do not know it only just appeared. For us, the expanse of chaotic weather known as the Fithy has always existed. Yet it is only 3 centuries old. That is enough, however, to forget the pleasant weather of antiphythic legends. The shade of Umama, mother of all trees. To recover this mythical past, the Makar tribe sent caravans into the Fithy on a one-way trip east. It was their foolhardy hope that the lost Umama be found, as only Umama could restrain the Fithy.
I have to say it's a very interesting and funny name, the Fithy. Okay, so there's like some storm, some premise, some danger lurking.
Simply imagine wisdom gone with the wind. Time erasing the scenery. All the knowledge lost and erased.
Yes, I'm gonna totally voice act all the characters. Oh my goodness gracious, let's go.
I speak of us. Our body, our minds, our world. Are we merely support by giants of old? No, for we are the ones carrying them forwards. Oh, how frail they are, as fragile as crystals, as delicate as butterflies' wings, as ephemeral as a footprint in a sand dune. Listen to the story of Tallulah, botanist of the 7th caravan. Take on this knowledge, add to it, refine it, then pass it on once again and let it make its way down the gentle slopes of existence.
Tallulah, okay. Botanist of the 7th caravan. One of our ancestors. So is this kind of... It gives me like the vibe that we're the storyteller giving it out to the next generation, and then, you know, this is kind of like the meta progression, and then we alter stuff and become better and better. That's an interesting premise. And here we are. Lost. Soon after the start of their journey, a storm has taken the 7th caravan by surprise. Separated from her peers, Tallulah sought refuge, but only ended up buried in sand. When the storm passed, she reemerged, having consumed what little resources she had. Okay, so we are some snake folk, or the 7th caravan. We're enemy ambush harmless. We are starving. The Solan plains dry up. It's droughts up here, and then we have memory points up there. Okay. Supplies are the heart of the survival for caravans. Tallulah's are depleted. She's in danger. Each move has an associated supply cost. When the caravans run out of supplies, their health gets consumed instead. Okay, so when we're low on supplies, our health starts going down. This is the current quest goal. The compass points to it's straight in a line. So we have to go towards that direction. Tallulah's tail, survive. Okay, so pathing through there. Good. Cost us 10 health points. Let's do it. Ooh, lovely animation. Oh, I like this pop-up of exploration that's happening. Looks like some desert fruit potential. We're losing some HP. Nopal. Some cacti are edible. This is a basic Wandian knowledge, crucial to the survival of Mika, the cosmopolitan tribe. Okay. This did not taste of much, but Caravaneers knew not to expect much. In Talula, even more so. Okay, so we're going through 1 desert lands and 4 sand tiles. Let's go. I like this pop-up of the environment. Really good. Hold right click to move the camera while keeping the caravan still. Okay, so we can have a look at the camera around us. Good. We ate those cacti. Impassable. 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 Interesting. Let's move forward a little bit. Ooh, a large opuntla. I'm gonna take that. Probably going into that direction. My food supplies are pretty full. This cost me 10 food, but I'm gonna munch on that. Looks like an outpost to... Aha! Okay, so like a watchtower. We like the pixel arts animation that we have going on here. So, what do we have here? A beetle. Another plant. 15. Let's eat it. Sea of Sand. After crawling alone for ages, Talula finally reached the Sea of Sand, where she had been separated from Caravan. Tellers she recalled from her childhood would talk of antipathetic legends regarding the Seas of Sand, which had once supposedly been covered in water. The grains of sand have merely seen the dusts of seashells laying at the bottom. So the movement cost in Caravan depends on the terrain type. Dune costs me more than going on desert lands. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Good, we're gonna munch on that. I'm gonna go to this beetle. Good. We're gonna go to this Opuntia. I don't need to go to that place up there to eat that. The 7th caravan. I see. Broken up there, some fractures of cloth flying around. Let's move on in. Another piece of food and to the 7th caravan. Talo wasn't surprised, but could not refrain from feeling some measure of this disappointment. Hoping for impossible was, after all, what fueled the caravan. Let's search for it. Gives me 2 red things. What are these red things? Herbal cure tools. Okay. The desert was no place for prudishness. Talula gathered what remained of the cargo. That is to say, not much at all. Leave. Is that an elephant? As Solo prayed, she thought she heard a sand whine, and would sometimes hear dunes cry, but this thought was quickly wiped away as something emerged from the sand. The Protector had survived. Increase hope. We're now enthusiasts. Caravan is held together by its faith in its mission. This makes hope a crucial resource. It falls to 0, the caravan disbands and abandons the quests. Goimba Oriflan. Protector. Okay, so we got some elephant-esque thing. Let's move over to the water well. Getting a little bit of damage in. They're moving. Each Caravaneer has a spell they can cast during exploration. Once they've used it, you can only regain them by resting in the town. Use them wisely. Fertilize arid fields and plants. Life spring. Increase the shield of all caravan members. Okay. Well, we're gonna munch. Dry opportunity. Oh, I see. There we go. We'll fertilize this area. And we're gonna go fight this giant rat or something like that. Let's increase the shields of everyone. And in we go. Okay, when starting the fight, it moves over to a strategical view. Oh, look at that elephant with a huge giant shield. Let's start the combat. So, you just enter combat. This happens when you enter hostile creatures and people. In combat phases, you are trying to defeat your opponent while minimizing the damage sustained by your caravan members. Each character in battle has a speed that determines the position. Okay. When all characters play, the new thing is character have a life and a shield value. So 30 life, 5 shield. Shield regenerates at the end of the fight, but health does not. A character dies if their health goes down. 0. Fair enough. Ow. That was nasty. Okay, so it's always him. He has resistance to some attacks and has weakness to some attacks. We do not know yet what kind of weakness these are and what kind of attacks we are doing. Thorns and poisons. He has no resistance to either. So lethargic vomit makes 18 damage and does poison. This adds my defense up. It feels like. So let's throw some poison at you. Ooh, nice animations there. And there's a shield break happening that apparently stuns the units. So I can now charge or Inquisitive Stare makes some mind damage. Easy target. Target 1. Let's do a stare. Just stare it down. Okay. Its turn is over. I'm gonna do another poison attack and it should be dead. Beautiful. Beautiful! We've won. And got some resources apparently as well. The Mother Desert Predator giant scouts are once... giant scouts were once a protector could defeat. This confrontation carried high stakes, however. If they managed to return to their colony, they would bring back a veritable flood of Barakia's insects just a few days later. Sometimes one must strike preemptively. Okay. No caravan is truly equipped to confront the Pithi when it sets out. Each caravaneer builds up experience, which is then shared and distributed within the group. Oneiromancy is quite convenient for this. Click on the caravaneer to spend the experience. Ah, I see. So leveling up a character improves their attribute and potentially their attack as well. And exploring skills. They may have even gained new ones. Okay. Spend your caravan experience on this caravaneer. Let's level him up. Tallulah. So, level up. Pick a skill. Insidious Seed. Infested. You can now choose a skill from them. Infested. Spores. Weakens. Or Deadwood Bark for Protect. I'm gonna break the seed because it infests all of the enemies. There we go. There's a shard, can be trained for usable items. Can be used for restoring 50% of the health. Use one on Goimba. Return. That's it. Okay, we have up there some small herds where we get also a little bit of food out of it. And we've reached an tree that seems to be people living in there. Little houses.
We can generally say the seventh caravan was swallowed whole and would forever sleep underneath the Wandanian suns. We tellers, however, always favor more open-ended interpretations. Had Tallulah entrusted her secrets to our ancestors, or was this a mere fantasy of tellers in search of the improbable, transmitted and transformed through the generations? It falls on you now to bear the weight of this question, and many more still. Why had the Pithi appeared? What happened to Umama? Who once covered Umando in their cold shade. How may we erase the one while recovering the others? It falls on you to light the path for future generations. Good luck, Mka. Hold on to hope, for nothing will stop the caravans from moving forward, not even death.
In truth, caravanners could not reach Umama. No one could. These trips were simply meant to expand their knowledge of the world, the Fithi, and other tribes. Then, to use homing scarabs to send all these memories back to the Crystal Library. However, as time passed, hope was waning, like nature in the desert. This sacrifice was proving too much. The Makar needed a sign. A sign such as this. We call it a fragment, an ancient artifact belonging to an ancient tribe, destroyed by the Fithi, who would carve their history in stone. If the caravans could find more, we might learn what circumstances created the Fithi, and thus, how to beat it.
And here we seem to have some sort of fragment now. Okay, we want to collect in a certain amount of fragments. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 empty spots left. Apart from finding Umama herself, finding fragments are the greatest discoveries you can make. They will help you understand the origins of the Pthithi and how to permanently defeat it. Okay, so we have 1 fragment. Butterfly Horizon. Do you recall the butterfly attracted by our fires out in flame? Well, she said, better to shine for a second than to live in the shadows. Could that butterfly even imagine? Could it even imagine that in burning, it would carry away the entire forest? This fragment challenged our scholars. It was a lament in memory of a forest without mentioning whether it was a mushroom forest, a cactus forest, or something else entirely. Okay, so now I can choose a new fragment over here. Let's, I guess, piece that here. Or is that? Oh, no. I have 1 fragment, and that's the fragment that we have. Okay, fair enough. You're in the city tree of Lekvazi. This is where your journey begins. Locations such as cities are the perfect place to find quests. The most important quests can span several generations. Click here to obtain a quest. Okay, let's have a quest. Foundation of Myth. The Mother Tree. Seek Umama. High level recommendation. Okay. Wonder was once covered by the branches of Umama, the Mother Tree. The Mother Tree, a giant tree that once grew from the east over the entire country. The climate was eventually became the Fifi, and what appeased by her presence. It only became a realm of chaos haunted by violent winds and storms after that legend describes as Umama's death. Okay. We found ourselves in the sunset of Wando, which means Umama was towards the east. Okay. Love the art direction of this. Very, very unique, very artsy, very lovely. Together we were the Mka caravan, a cosmopolitan tribe of tree-dwelling people. I see. The search of many traces of Umama was enough to justify our journey. It was hard to imagine a world without the Pthithi's relentless assaults, but still that hope would feed our will to live. Okay, so the Mka are people living in the trees because, you know, the bottom is fruitless most of the time. Mka welcomed. Okay. Helping others bolster your reputation and can lead to great discoveries. You may leave Lekwazi if you're done. Okay. Birdsong echoed against the mossy leaf-covered walls, the shifting shadows of which had protected us from the Thithi since time immemorial. Only Caravaneers and the insane would dare leave the bark of the Lekwazi. The only city tree survived the times. So we have a quest board, Crystal Library. This is the Crystal Library. Here you can trade the memory points you send back to knowledge. Okay. Survival costs me all of these. These are locked. The Valley Way. Locked, locked, locked. Finish Mechanic Quest Jet Fished. Okay. Fair enough. So we need to do a few missions to get that. Quest boards. Nothing here. Then I guess we're ready to leave. So now we have the Botanist, the Teller, the Protector, and the Oniromancer. A snail, an elephant, a snake, and another snake, I guess. Let's leave.
Unlike tales of past caravans, there was no guard of honor, no ovation, no sacrifice or blessing beyond the usual words. The counselor came alone, by obligation. The 14th caravan, with just a teller, a botanist, a protector, and an aneromancer, left for the Fithi in total anonymity. We felt as though we were the last. Some would say that we were the first.
And here we are in the Wonder, vast and everything changing. The region map displays reliable landmarks you find in your expedition. Use them to plan your route. Okay, that is quite interesting. Goals in active quests display the map if you know their location. If Umama truly exists, she must be in the east, but caravans much have not strong enough to go and reach her. You may close the map. The road to Musavenkasi was the closest city tree to Lekavazi. Okay, so we are heading east to find another one of these tree cities that we're living in right now as well. We made a note of the location. It would be a good idea to stop there. Okay, so heading east, stopping at the next tree village. Look at the art style. Looking very, very unique. So far, there's no harm in everything. We have a little bit of supplies. Everything is green. Let's have a look. How far east do we have to actually go? That's pretty okay. Okay, let's have a look at the inventory here. You can manage and carry, consider your weight of items and the worth and utility. Okay, so there's a maximum weight limit to it. You can also review the health of the caravaneers and equip them with items. So what we got here? Looks like we have all kinds of food. Then we have reputation. Oh, look at that. 5 different factions. The Terrassers, the Azor, the Mka, the Kanik, the Nobolus. All of them so far different with us. What else can we do? We have positions, so we can manage our position of the crew members, moving back and forth and circle around. Okay, that's neat. That is neat. Let's move onwards. Abilities. Bring movement costs down to 0 for 5 turns. I should have maybe used that in a more dire situation, maybe in the desert, not here where the movement costs are quite low. I've also the travel song that lowers our cost per traversed thing. But yeah, look at that. Food is remaining upwards at 15 as we're moving through green terrain, it seems like. And we're losing a little bit of food here. We can interact with the plants to take some food out of it. Okay. But it needs that weird little green pods that we have in the inventory. 1 is remaining. Onwards to the east. Let's move onwards. Okay. I love how the map tiles are popping up and whatnot. Let's go to near this desert-like thing. What do we have here? A weapon cage. Spark and glint caught my eye. A buried chest. Had someone hidden it here or lost it? No matter. There was nowhere around. So it's ours. Okay, so I could picklock it or break the lock. Let's break the lock then. Getting a scepter. Seems like an item that we can equip to our people. It's a trap! Of course. A spring somewhere under the sand was triggered and hit one of my people. But you still be able to collect the item within the chests. But at what cost? Wow. Wow, the botanist is damaged. Seems like nearly 50% is lost there. Let's have a look at the inventory now. A scepter giving us will and resistance to mental and physical. I think the snail is making most use of it with the will. Or what about our botanist? The botanist is mind. The other one's also intelligence. Yeah, I think the snail has the best advantage using the scepter. There we go. Equipped it. His will increased to 13. Perfect. Perfect. Let's move onwards. Go into this dry cacti that I can harvest if I have that item in my bag. Should we attack this pirate group? Is evading combat good, or should we attack them in terms for experience? You know what? Let's attack them just to see how the group combat looks like. Prepare for battle and position your units. Okay, I can still move around my units, but I'm okay with how they're standing. Let's start the fight. We have the order on the bottom top left. We got some damage on our shields. So we have the mockery, where I can target one of the three, put some weakening on them. And we have the lethargic venom, where we can attack the front line. Let's put some weakening on him. Although he seems to be increasing the shield power of his people. Then we have the vine that strengthens the shields of a full row, I think. Let's try it out in the back. Okay, yeah. Shield goes to both, and if we get attacked, we'll do a little bit of damage back. They're boosting their shields. So let's have a look. What you got? You have a shell, 31 shield on yourself. That's quite impressive, I have to say. And a death pulse that gives me also shield if it kills the target. Put a death pulse on you. Nearly down. And the oh, look at that. Shield break is stunning them for a turn. Let's charge the front up there, killing one of them at least. Look at the shield break. Really trying to break our shields down. I could spit some venom on them. Or I can weaken them. Put some weakness on you. Getting a little bit of damage back. Do I want to put some thorns on our side and some armor, or spit on them as well? I think some armor and thorns on the front line this time might not be bad. To put the shield back up. And my shield also went down from, I guess, that pyromancer dude that shot something over here. Okay, death pulse. Let's aim on him. Or should we focus on the other one? Is this breaking his shields? It breaks his shield and also stuns him. Perfect. Then let's go with the stare. Seems to be having a weakness to it. And would kill it even. There we go. Let's do the elemental stare. Perfect. Leaves us just with one last target in the back. Let's put some poison on him. Let's put some more poison on him. Beautiful. I think the poison itself should kill him. There we go. Suffers 3 pure damage per stack. So that should be a total of enough. 4 times 3, 12 to kill him. Beautiful. Let's try the shell to just see the animation. Nice. And another charge that puts him out of the misery. There we go. You win! We got 13 XP, some fish, and a shell that we can use for shopping. So, back at the map. Let's see, who are we leveling up? Sesaku. Let's level you up. Beautifully. What do we got over here? We have a seed that can attack everybody. We have the mucilage that gives damage to everybody and puts some shield disintegration, or the spores that links target attacks and weakens 2 targets. Yeah, I think the spores. I like attacking multiple things. Okay, right click is more detailed view edits. And it scales with intelligence, apparently, that attack. Okay, interesting. Does it mean that higher intelligence equals higher damage? Potentially. Let's give you also a cure. So we are having you at max HP. After that nasty weapon cage trap got you. The Yossi. Okay, fearsome. That means enemy level 2 now. Okay, so depending on the region, the enemy level changes. Let's activate the travel song. So we're losing a little bit less of food while traveling now through. Okay, these markers apparently are lit events. Harvests. We discover that the terrorist fields under the rapid harvest by the virtualized army of the Floans not only crops... Okay, so they are having a little bit of a struggle with their cropping, actually with their harvests. What we could do is help them with the harvests. We get a berry for that. We could water it. We get 2 berries for that. Or we can fertilize it, where we get some dates out of it. I think we're going to use the fertilize. With the help of the botanist, we did more than just pick. We managed to bring back to life to these precious plants. Perfect, perfect. Does that nullify our life skill on the map? No, it's still there. It is still there. Perfect. So, desert lands. We get some rope over there. Exactly. Live spring. Fertilize the field. No, I'm not going to use it now. I'm going to use it when need be, probably, with some need food. Desert lands. Okay, we need a pickaxe to grab that. That we do not have. Nor can I click you. Oh yeah, do not have that green thing to use it. I need to fertilize it, but do I want to fertilize it? We just go straight through the dunes. I think we're gonna go straight through the dunes. Oh, that costs a lot of food though. And the animal level also went up. Let's go another one, but that's risky. That's a lot of cost again. Oh, and we made it over it. But we're running out of food. We are running out of food. Not looking good. Got a little bit of food back. We're getting a lockpick from here. And we managed to find it. Is that the tree? No, that's a dead tree. That was once a tree. Can we find something there? Should we head north? Can we put some life spring on that dead tree? That would be interesting. We seem to lose already HP, and we're running out of food as well. Well, my dear Vikings, that is Sandwalkers to you. And a roguelike group management, resource management, exploration game coming out to you today. I hope I could spark your interests. Let me know in the comments down below if you would have tried out some different methods here. Moving onwards. And how you enjoying it? And what your favorites of our caravan members is. My personally is our dear elephant over here, looking very, very classy. I like his ear flapping that he's doing as he's having the idle animation. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna go down here and do some fighting and continue my adventures. I hope this gave you a good enough insight of Sandwalkers and what to expect. This is just scratching the surface, as we are only having 5 of our memory points up there and didn't even touch the meta progression yet properly. But overall, that's the premise. Go out in the world, find landmarks, try to survive your caravaners, fail, bring back the memory points, progress in meta progression, become stronger, send out the next caravan, and repeat the process until you find the source of the PP. Fifi? Fifi? Fifi. It has such an interesting name. Until the next episode, bye-bye!